Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. We're going to try to buzz through this video. We're going to start with Crypto Eddie here, and she's put up this clip here of Vitalik Buterin in Singapore 2 days ago. So let's take a quick listen into this.
We're making sure that we have an amazing, scalable, secure, open protocol and that there are tools that allow people to protect the safety of their accounts, to protect privacy, improve convenience for users, improve convenience for developers. These are the kinds of things that Ethereum protocol and ecosystem development over the next 5 to 10 years will be working on.
So listen to what he said, the ecosystem development. So no one in their right mind is against, building off of, where you're at, right? So say, perfect example, Ripple has their use case and utility with their company, right? Cross-border remittances, cross-border payments, right? Settlement. So why not continue to build and make it better, or to scale and to offer more and, providing a solution to real world problems, right? The crazy thing is, like, Ethereum, or Vitalik Buterin from Ethereum, one of the devs and co-founders of Ethereum, says it's going to be 5 to 10 more years to get to where it needs to be, right? More building on the network. But they gave Bitcoin and Ethereum the free pass in William Hemond's speech back in June 2018. But then they scrutinized other projects because they're so-called, quote unquote, not fully functional or fully built out. But neither is Ethereum. They just converted from proof of work to proof of stake as well. Not to bash Ethereum, I hodl Ethereum, but the whole leveling the playing field and fairness within the markets, it's quite evident. And this is just another example of that. And I think even Library, speaking of, Library is going through litigation right now with the SEC, just like Ripple is. And it's for one of those reasons as well. It's like they were scrutinized and bashed for, quote unquote, or, continuing to build. Like, that was seen as, that makes it a security, but Ethereum's not. And we all know Chairman Gensler, can't speak on whether what the status of Ethereum is. He'll only speak on Bitcoin, but he won't speak on Ethereum. Kind of crazy, man. But I thought that was a great clip. Another example of just the shadiness that we've been dealing with within the community. This is from Johnny Deaton, shouting out the XRP holders. It says, XRP holders made a huge difference, as I say in the amicus brief. Quote, the SEC's original intent was to rely on the rank speculation of an alleged expert who failed to interview a single XRP holder before forming his opinions. The SEC intended to rely on expert one to try and prove today's XRP traded in the secondary market represents an investment contract with Ripple. After significant litigation regarding expert one, including the SEC's request to bar John Deaton from filing an amicus brief, the SEC chose not to rely on the opinions of expert one. The SEC's reversal speaks volume. The evidence available to Amici reveals why the SEC chose not to rely on the alleged expert, which serves as a fatal blow to the SEC's case. The SEC offers no evidence related to knowledge or conduct attributable to Amici or any XRP holders. The SEC's expert testified that he did not interview XRP purchasers. The SEC expert admitted that he would need to do a lot more work analysis upon learning that XRP holders acquired XRP because it was a top 10 cryptocurrency by market cap and listed at a lower price compared to others, not because of anything that Ripple said or did. SEC expert admitted that he might have come to a different conclusion upon learning that XRP holders acquired XRP for non-investment purposes, such as to pay for goods or services or to use as a substitute for fiat currency. The complaint has entire sections dedicated to XRP holders and purchasers. Yet as summary judgment, the SEC avoids any evidence regarding XRP purchasers. It avoids such evidence because it destroys a false narrative being presented by the SEC. XRP holders played a key part in getting the SEC to abandon its alleged so-called expert. I mean, that's huge. Absolutely huge. I mean, and that was quite evident to have an expert not even interview an actual XRP, hodler. It's crazy. And I mean, we've been speaking this on this channel and in the community as well. I mean, I would say probably 9 out of 10 or 9, we'll say 90, 9% of the actual XRP purchasers out there, that's what they purchased it for, even without knowing of Ripple, especially, early on, if they purchased, 2016, 2017, and so on. There was no ties. There was no connection. It was up there. I mean, if you go to CoinGecko right now, even right now, being a new investor to the market, you come here and you look and you're like, okay, well, you got the top 10, XRP sitting at 49 cents. Everything else is, pretty high. It would entice people to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to get in this one then. Because what if this one becomes this one? I mean, that's just kind of how I thought when I first got in. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know anything about price, market cap, technology, or anything. I was just trying to get in. And that's kind of what a lot of us did. Moving on, this is from Senator Pat Toomey. And I want to put this in because John Deaton kind of hits it on the head. So Senator Pat Toomey says, I'm deeply concerned by the IG report finding that SEC Gov is enacting rules without sufficient feedback. If you are aware of waste, fraud, abuse, or mismanagement at the SEC email, it says rep whistleblowers at banking.senate.gov or call this number. And then I put the eyes emoji, check your messages. And then John D says, Senator, the members of the banking community received thousands of messages asking for you all to make an inquiry about the Hinman speech and whether it was screened for conflicts by the SEC. Are you going to make this simple, reasonable inquiry before you leave office? And Crypto Leo says, Senator, I have sent an email to the listed address explaining in detail the provable criminal conflicts of interest by senior members of the SEC. John Deaton represents 75,000 investors that were harmed by the self-dealing. 15 billion was destroyed. Accountability matters. Yeah, check your messages. We'll see if anything comes out of this. I just wanted to put that in there. And we're going to get into some other stuff right here. This says from Watch Crew, just in, Elon Musk confirms some Twitter employees sold verification badges, so the blue check marks, behind the scenes under previous management. So there's been this whole debacle about Elon Musk charging $8 to get the blue check on Twitter. So this came out, and Moon Lambo says that's slimy. Apparently, employees were rejecting legitimate applications for verification, which in the community, you hear a lot of people complaining about they're still unverified with massive followings. So he says apparently employees were rejecting legitimate applications for verification badges and then secretly charging people up to $15,000 for them. So they had that IGM mentality, like I got to get mine. It's kind of shady, but hey. This is from Watch Guru. It says breaking. Twitter begins rolling out $7.99 blue subscription and verification. So I haven't verified this on my own, which I can. Maybe I'll do it later, but I just thought that was interesting. I want to put it up. So like this is kind of seems like a real thing. Gonna be interesting to see how things roll out with that. And there's people in the community talking about, well, if you got to pay for it and everyone's gonna have it, why do I want the blue check mark? Because it was like almost like a no, it wasn't almost like it was like a status thing, right? A prestige thing. You have the blue check mark, you have a huge following, you're verified. It's a big deal, right? A lot of money can be made off of that. Meaning just off your status in general. There's a lot of power that was behind it. But now if everyone can just purchase it, where's the power at really? And why do people really want it? Curious to see how things unfold there, especially now that we know like Elon Musk is talking about creating like the super app, and trying to have like a one-stop shop or hub to do a little bit, literally everything. This is from the Wall Street Journal. It says crypto firms executives step up campaign donations lobbying ahead of midterms. So it says the industry seeks to gain influence in Washington as regulators increase scrutiny of digital assets. So right here it says crypto firms and their employees have poured $73 million in the 2022 elections, up from $13 million in the 2020 cycle. I mean, that's huge. I mean, I don't even know what that difference is. I mean, we can just give a rough estimate of a 6x. It says, according to the research group Open Secrets, which tracks political donations, the industry also spent $15 million on lobbying in the first 9 months of this year. So that's good, man. Keep pouring in the money. I mean, there's plenty of money being made. Why not, lobby on behalf of the crypto industry? And I'm saying this because look at this. This is from Chairman Gensler. Says, quote, we're going to continue to be a cop on the beat. The law is pretty clear. I had made a comment, and I don't think I put it up, but my comment is like, translation. This is translation in Chairman Gensler's in our terms. He says the law is pretty clear. And I said translation. The law is pretty clear if you can see through the BS mixed with mud. And that's just what it is, because it's not pretty clear. It's not pretty clear or quite clear. There's representatives in the SEC, like Hester Pierce, that even say it's not clear. There's SEC employees that say it's not clear. It's evident it's not clear, and it's just shady how things have been happening within the industry. Crazy. Moving on. Oh, did I change? I think I deleted my stuff. There was an article I had up of Tim Draper saying that mid 2023, so just mid next year, Bitcoin should be around 250,000. So there's a lot of still high, speculation in regards to price action with Bitcoin. Obviously we know the rest of the market follows Bitcoin for the most part. So Bitcoin hits 250,000. What's the rest of the market going to look like? Kathy Wood saying by 2030, the crypto market cap can be, this just says Ethereum. This says Ethereum will reach 20 trillion market cap by 2030. But she was saying that, I think it was Blockworks that put it up. She was saying something along the lines of like the market cap of the crypto asset class being 40 trillion plus. I mean, we are literally, let me see. Yeah, we're literally at a trillion. So 40x that. What is the rest of the market going to look like? Imagine if you're hodling, from these levels to a 40 trillion market cap. I mean, that's winning. Right here it says Kathy Wood's ARK Invest predicts Bitcoin could exceed 1 million by 2030. It says cryptocurrency could reach 500,000 by 2026. So this is speculation based on, their data, what they're analyzing, what they're predicting. It's just interesting to hear, wealthy, smart people see how they speculate on the market based on, trajectory, use case, trends. All in all, us being, XRP and Ripple investors, and really waiting for that whole non-speculative rally. We want like true utility bull markets. That's when the spark's going to fly. This 1 trillion is going to be merely interesting. I remember this thing was at like 100 billion, and when we're 1 trillion, it's 10x from that. I mean, or am I tripping? Maybe I said that wrong, but I mean, it was unreal to see the market drop the way it did. It was the 2017, 2018 bull cycle, to see it drop all the way back down to like 100 billion. Even sitting right here, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm actually decent. But we were just at like 3 trillion or something. Man, it's going to be crazy to see if this thing actually does hit 20 trillion, 40 trillion, 100 trillion. Who knows? There's a lot of money out there. But that's what I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto's Key Conversations YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Crypto's Key 1. I really appreciate your support. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.